Good morning. Welcome to Friday, and it is December 2nd. December 2nd, the minutes are clicking down to 2023. And yes, on your screen, you are looking correctly. You are seeing this correctly. Jeremy's back. Jeremy's back. Ask and you shall receive. On our last show about the massacre in Idaho, we said over and over, please somebody go get Jeremy's DNA. With a quickness, we know that you have a quadruple murder to solve, but please go get Jeremy's DNA. He's begging you. He's begging you. He's defending himself on Reddit and other platforms. We suggested, just go down there, Jeremy, and maybe they'll do it. Maybe they'll do it. Well, he did, and he. I'd like to see the look on their faces when all this went down. He said that after they took his DNA, he said he was being proactive. He's being proactive. That's cool. And that they said, okay, you're good to go, which just means that they took the samples and they were done with him for the day. Let's see what Jeremy has to say and see what comes of this.
They actually didn't reach out to me. I just decided it's easier for me just to be proactive. And so yesterday I just went to the police station. I walked in, I said, I just decided it's easier for me just to be proactive. And so yesterday I just went to the police station. I walked in, I said, here's my name. I'm Jeremy Reagan. Yesterday I was talked to by the police. The two officers that had interviewed me weren't there, but a different officer was like, all right, give me just a second. So he went, grabbed one of the mouth swabs, came, took me into one of the rooms there, did a mouth swab and said, all right, you're good to go. And so, yeah, I just went in. They never contacted me. I just figured it's easier to just try and be proactive, just get it all out of the way sooner rather than later.
So you did the gumshoe work. You actually just went there. You didn't wait for them to come back. You went down there. What was it like when you went in? You just gave me a cursory description of what working with that police department was like, but did it seem like it was a din of activity? Was it busy? Did they seem confused as to who you were? Were they happy to see you? Did they give you any information for a follow-up? Did they say they wanted to interview you at all? Like what was your interaction like?
So when I walked in, it was just a couple of people behind that front desk there. And then the people that were there didn't know me or recognize me because I hadn't seen them before either. They also didn't seem to really know my name. So I don't know if they were specifically dealing with the case or not. But yeah, it was just, I walked in, I said, here's my name. They said, all right, cool. And I couldn't remember the name of the officers that had come to interview me because that's the first thing they had asked is who were the officers that did it. And I was like, I don't know, but I have the phone number if that'll help you know who it was. But yeah, it wasn't busy in there at the time. I think at that point, officers were both out and about through town, but also getting ready to go to the vigil and just make sure everything there was fine. Because when I went to the police station itself, there were just those three people, like I said, behind the front desk. I don't know if anyone else was in the back. I obviously didn't get to go back there. But yeah, when I walked in, it was just those three people out in the lobby area.
Right. It could have been very busy. It's not uncommon to really fan out in the crowd when there's a vigil in a high profile crime like that because killers do like to go back. They do like to mix in, and we're going to actually do some coverage on that in just a few moments of what exactly they would be looking for and what they might actually see. But what do you expect? I mean, first of all, I'm just sort of surprised that the officers that you originally spoke with didn't give you a business card or any kind of, identification that you should get back to them with any details that you might hear, even if you could help and be a witness. You had no way of contacting them. But what do you expect to happen next, Jeremy? Or are you sort of as much in the dark as I feel like I am?
So I'm just as in the dark as you. I assume they'll send my things up or my DNA up to the lab. It'll come back with the results in however long it takes. But it's not like the officers just came in and interviewed me and left. I did have one of the officers' phone numbers so that if I did find anything or hear anything, I was able to call him. So it's not like they just totally left me in the dark with that. I did have a phone number that I could reach, but I
Oh,
didn't
that's
have
good.
anything with like their name on it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, usually you would think there's a business card, but maybe it's not the day of the business card anymore. The really important thing is that you've been pilloried on the internet chat groups have just had a field day, freely throwing your name and making these just phenomenal accusations. Do you think this act that you have now carried through with, which is supplying your DNA, voluntarily going to the police department, do you think that it's actually going to put an end to what's happened online, to the accusations and to the speculation, to the feeding frenzy?
I think it'll definitely help with most of it. There's always going to be a small contingent that even if the killer is found, they're still going to think it's the wrong guy. It was me instead. But I think the overwhelming majority of it will stop, which probably just means they'll go find someone else. I don't know what their plan is. People just like to do this for fun. But yeah, I think mostly it'll stop with me. And so I hope at least.
Yeah. Well, listen, keep us posted, Jeremy. I appreciate you coming back to talk to us about this. And thanks for going in to volunteer your DNA too.
Yeah, can I mention one more